Vice President Kamala Harris proposing price controls to curb inflation and sparking criticism from some economists who argue these measures have historically failed. Grover Norquist, president of Americans for Tax Reform, sharing his take in an article titled "Kamala's Plan to Make Inflation Worse, Price Controls and Rampant Spending." Norquist says this may be a turning point in the election. Grover joining us now. Grover, good morning. First, I want to say I read your article. I urge our viewers to read it as well. Such a fantastic perspective. So how does Kamala Harris's proposal of price control reveal what you describe as her misunderstanding of inflation, at least compared to past economic policies?
Well, throughout history, we know that inflation takes place when the government prints too much money. When they spend too much and they can't borrow or take in taxes as much money as they're spending, they actually print it, they debase the currency. Because of Kamala Harris's policies, and she was the deciding vote in the two major spending programs that caused the inflation that we're suffering from, the higher prices. If you had $1 in your pocket when Kamala Harris became vice president, it's worth about 80 cents now. And that's not getting any better. That's damage. Unless you got a 20% raise, you're poorer today because of Kamala Harris's policies than when she was elected. She doesn't seem to understand how she damaged the economy, which makes it very difficult to ask her to be part of fixing it. What she offers is price controls, which, going back to Diocletian and the Roman Empire, have been disasters. If you say to somebody, particularly she picked on grocery stores, the margins on grocery stores are 1 or 2%. Price gouging on grocery stores is unserious. I don't know why she decided to pick that one. It's even sillier than most. Inflation is caused by printing too much money, which is caused by spending too much money. Her plans are to spend more and to print more money. And price controls simply hide the cost. We had this with Richard Nixon. He put in price controls. When we got rid of price controls on oil, the price went down, not up, because what he did was distort, and Carter was the guy there, but
Sure.
It was Nixon's price controls that Carter was enforcing. Getting rid of price controls brought energy prices down. It's sad that she doesn't understand that. It's very scary.
Well, and you made an important point a moment ago that Harris cast the deciding vote for large spending bills, increasing the federal spending by trillions of dollars. I want to ask about her new proposed tax increases. They came out less than 24 hours ago, including raising the corporate tax to 28%. How do you think that will affect inflation and, of course, government spending in the future?
Well, the biggest effect it'll have is it'll lower wages. The reason why the Republicans cut the corporate income tax in 2017 was that they looked at all the studies around the world, and you saw that when the corporate income tax goes up, wages go down. The corporate income tax is not paid by somebody named Mr. General Motors. It's paid by workers in lower wages, sometimes consumers with higher prices, but the biggest effect is directly on workers. It reduces the wages that workers get. When we cut the corporate income tax from 35 to 21%, our tax used to be highest in the world. We actually saw in 2019 the median income wage increased by 6.8%, exactly as predicted, because the corporate income tax is a tax on wages. She wants to raise the tax on Americans higher than China, higher than Russia, higher than Europe. We'd have one of the, and plus, in addition to the 28% she wants, is another 4% state and local. So if you're in New York or California, you're really in trouble. This will reduce wages. Her other plans will reduce your prices, the inflation, the spending that she wants. But the corporate income tax reduces wages because 70% of what companies spend goes to wages. If you take money away from them, wages are what suffer. That's where the money comes from. It's not, they can't print it.
Right. And that's not what Americans want to hear. Grover, I really enjoyed our conversation. And again, I urge our viewers to read your article. Thank you so much, Grover Norquist.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.